Hello and welcome to Talent in Talks, the Talent Mindset Dialogue series brought to you by the Economic Times in collaboration with LinkedIn. The world of work has been transformed by technology, data, and evolving workforce expectations. Talent management is no longer a linear process. It's dynamic, analytical, and deeply human. As organizations navigate this new landscape, agility and adaptability have become the true measures of success. From predicting attrition to identifying high potentials, and from bridging multi generational needs to building future skills. Today's talent strategies are less about managing roles and more about designing resilience. And that's exactly what we're here to explore today. To help us understand this transformation better, we have with us two voices that are shaping this transformation. Please join me in welcoming Santosh Thangavelu, CHRO, India and Principal, People Practices at Axtria, and Ankit Khanna, Regional Business Head, North and East India at LinkedIn Talent Solutions. It's a pleasure to have you both with us today.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you so
Shruti.
much for joining us. And now over to you, Ankit, for the fireside conversation. Really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks, Shireen. Welcome, Santosh, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Uh,
Thank
so,
you. Thank you. Okay.
yes, and the whole point of this discussion is, it's great to learn from leaders like you, and hopefully this series helps thousands of talent leaders who are listening to this conversation learn something new. And so, what I'll do is, Santosh, as you lead, Axtria Human Resources, and Axtria was, has grown into a trusted AI first partner, and you work with 100 plus life sciences firms across 75 countries. I would ask you that question is, how would you characterize this organization's core talent philosophy? And as Axtria has scaled globally and deepened its AI-led capabilities, how has your approach to nurturing this talent and culture evolved?
The fundamental bedrock of our talent philosophy hasn't changed. So it's the same. It's three things of um, purpose, vision, and people. So these three things are the how of our talent philosophy. So if I were to talk about the purpose, we are at the intersection of life sciences and data innovation, as you know, and every solution we build touches lives, and patients get faster therapies. So this is not a business, and this is service to humanity, and this is impact. So this is a deep purpose that people resonate with, and the fact that you work with a company that touches human lives is one of the pillars of our talent philosophy, which is the purpose. And the next thing that I want to talk about is our vision, and our vision has been very clear from day one. We want to transform life sciences, and we wanted to accelerate patient outcomes, and we now want to do it better and better with the technologies available, right? So earlier, we were doing this with deep domain expertise, data engineering, and data analytics expertise. But then AI and Gen AI and agentic AI has only made it better because we can get to this much faster. Um, so then our talent philosophy, our people has always been first, right? Our people come first. And even as we scale to 75 different countries or operations spread across the world, the core philosophy remains the same. And we have built an entrepreneurial culture. We empower people, and we make them take ownership, and we have them have client impact come as their first priority. So to sum up, the talent philosophy is on the three pillars of purpose, vision, and people. Now, your second part of your question, Ankit, was how has it evolved?
Yes.
I would say that it evolved from skills focus to mindset focus to impact focus. So earlier, we started approximately 14, 15 years back. We started off by hiring for technical skills. Then we built teams which had future focused skills in service of client needs. And now what we do is that we build pods that build custom solutions for clients with the best of domain expertise and deep tech. So that's how our focus of the for the talent philosophy has evolved. But what makes it work is our focus on talent density. And talent density means that innovation is not an expectation, but it's not an encouragement, but it's an expectation.
Right. Great. I mean, hearing about, think impact, then skills and talent density, interesting concepts. So on that, what you said that your business sits at the intersection of life sciences and, now data analytics and now AI, etc. So my question to that is, and what kind of mindset or qualities do you prioritize when bringing such diverse skill sets into Axtria? And again, I mean, is this kind of a talent pool easy to find? What are the challenges you face, and how do you kind of overcome them?
Okay. Interestingly, whether in this context or in any other context, I think we would end up hiring for five meta competencies. See, the five meta competencies that Extria focuses on when we hire for at all levels, at the level at which we are hiring people, is number one, ambition to make a impact.
Okay.
Number two, curiosity to perceive the world around them. Number three, the general intelligence to turn the curiosity into learning. Number four, the resilience to adopt to change. And number five, the agility to stay ahead of the change. So these are the five things that we look for when we hire people. Now, the thing is, we hire people with great difficulty after looking for these five skills. How do we nurture that? How do we make sure that that stays, that sticks
Mm.
as long as people are with us? So we do that through three things, Ankit. Number one is fellowship. The second is fulfillment. And the third thing is an approach of the first things first. So if I were to expand on what fulfillment fellowship is all about, Ankit, there's a saying, whatever you read, whatever you do, at the end of the day, you are the average of the five people you spend most time with in a given day, right? So what we do is to make sure that every Extrian who walks into the company hangs around with the best five people around. So we have scientists, we have engineers, we have analysts, we have domain specialists, all from premier institutes in the country, the top institutes in the country, and the best of them coming and hanging around and solving problems together. So when people find themselves in good company, they like to come to this place, right? So fellowship is a way of nurturing what we've got. The second is fulfillment. If I were to expand on fulfillment, Ankit, I will go back to Mihali's theory. If you were to plot skills on one axis and challenges on the other axis, as long as skills and challenges are linear, people will be in a state of flow, right? When skills are more than challenges, people tend to get bored. And when challenges are more than skills, people tend to get stressed. So we are very careful that we balance skills and challenges so that people are in a state of flow and they remain fulfilled. So what do we do? Um, for challenges, we create the demand through an internal talent marketplace. So we have a jobs marketplace and we have a talent marketplace, demand and supply, talking to each other. Um, so we manage that through technology, through a portal, and our employees get the first right to refusal of any job that opens up, right? And this is successful to the extent that 50% internal fulfillment is the gold standard, and we are anywhere close to 45, 47%. We are near gold standard when it comes to internal fulfillment. Um, So that's the challenge on the demand part. And the supply part, as we touched upon earlier, Axtria Institute provides personalized skill and role development journeys so that people are given the skills so that they can live up to the challenges that they are posed. So this matching of skills and challenges keeps people in a state of flow and
Right.
hence fulfillment.
I was really impressed by the thing which you kind of talked about. How do you match people's skills and this thing, and especially that about you're targeting about 50% of people to roles to get fulfilled internally, which means people are always kind of moving towards moving ahead in their career within the organization.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have one of the highest rate of internal promotions as well. And that happens because of this organic uh, growth. And most of our growth is because of most of the gross demand is getting created because of growth, because our attrition being in single digits. Growth fuels most of the demand, internal demand, and that is being fulfilled internally, which means that X-ray is a good place to make a career because there is high throughput. If I would say, um, uh, we create so much of voltage, which is a potential difference, that the amperage is also high. That you move fast in your career. I do not know if I should call them challenges or just the new normal,
Mhm.
but the challenges are, I guess, what everybody faces now. But we have a unique challenge where we need extremely scarce hybrid talent. We need the best of data engineers, data scientists, and data analysts who are specialists in the pharma domain and are functionally good. And this is a good, deadly, and rare combination.
Mhm.
So how do you overcome this challenge? Simple. We have a build strategy over a buy strategy. So we build these skills internally, and we use our own people to build this. And Extra Institute goes a long way in building out the capacity as well as the capability. So that's how we overcome that challenge. The second challenge is the rapid tech evolution, and I think it's a challenge for everybody else. And again, we use X-Ray Institute and its build capability to be able to build out the capacity and capability for the evolving uh, tech, where uh, today's expertise is tomorrow's normal, right?
Yeah.
And the third the challenge is the intense market competition. Again, it's a challenge for everybody else, but then we have a very unique employment value proposition. It's very, very competitive. And that's only the secondary reason. But I think the primary reason is still the purpose that I talked about. We touch lives. We accelerate patient outcomes. We are at service to humanity, and that purpose attracts people to us more than somebody who um, is completely commercially oriented.
Thanks. Uh, so, Santosh, you actually talked about that, for your organization, delivering to the client comes, it's very, very important. And this question I'm going to ask you is also from a lot of talent leaders who also struggle with this as to one is you are in a fast evolving landscape, and how do you strike the balance between meeting the urgent needs of the business now and nurturing long-term priorities like leadership development and employee resilience, things that you kind of talked about. I'm sure there are a lot of organizations who struggle with this same, and from your, and since you've invest so much in your employees, how would you advise how to strike that balance?
Okay. Ankit, I tend to think of this slightly differently. A lot of people picturize this as if it's changing the wheels as we are running. Um, I would like to view it a little differently, Ankit. I would like to view this as integration and not balance. So, people success and business success are not two separate things. They're together, right? So our strategy is deliver for today, build for tomorrow, and sustain always. So this, so while you deliver, right, you also build your organization for the future. So if I were to go to the um, basics of how you run this business, right? So at any point in time, there is always a stakeholder, which is a customer. Second is how you are organized to deliver to the customer. Third is how do you get the resources to build that organization. And fourth is how do you build your processes to make best use of your resources. And fifth is how do you operate a culture that makes all of this work efficiently and effectively. Now, while delivery happens, the process of building an organization, shoring up resources, building processes is a continuous activity. It's not balance, but I would see more as integration. So as we deliver, we take the time to build our managers, to build our leaders. We work hard for first-time managers and for managers to mature as those who transition from managers to leaders, and hyper-personalized individual development plans for senior leaders, and a specialized course for consulting skills. So we do all this to build the organizational fabric so that the cloth is very strong for the future. It's not about balance, but more about integration of both in organization management and in your own personal life management. If you go back to our epics like the Mahabharata, or if you go back to the latest management principles, leadership is all about managing duality. So, managing the duality of the delivery pressures of today and the interesting part of building the organization for the future is what makes up for good management philosophy.
Thanks. I think, wonderfully summed up, and, it was a very, very engaging discussion. I think you also talked about the Axtria Institute, which you've kind of built out. Would you like to share a little bit about how that has impacted talent outcomes within your organization?
Sure. So we talked about X-ray Institute in multiple contexts, right? So
Mm.
given the kind of industry that we are in, given the kind of talent we want and the kind of talent that is available, and given the throughput and growth that we want to create for our associates, the capacity and capability build out has to happen mostly through a build model than a buy model. And X-ray Institute is at the center of the build model. And with this 150 to 200,000 learning hours that our associates consume through the Axtria Institute is entirely given by, either by self-paced learning or by our internal trainers, which means that we rely very little on external trainers, but the people who conceive courses, design courses, deliver courses are our own experts who work on client engagements at the same time. So that's the duality. Our trainers are also delivery people, are also salespeople, are also consultants, are also technical people. So the duality they manage is the daily delivery plus delivering this training. So we focus on technical, functional, domain and behavioral skills in the areas of data science, AI, Gen AI, generic, agentic AI, data engineering, data analytics, and decision sciences, with a lot of cloud engineering as well. So we have a course catalog of about 250 plus courses. Um, and we are a learning organization, and we stay curious and we learn every day.
Absolutely. I think, you said that when you hire people, one of the things that you look for is curiosity and adaptability to learn. And I think that kind of shows into the entire philosophy of the organization.
Thank you, Ankit.
Thanks. Santosh, it was a pleasure talking to you, and it's been a great talk, and I'm sure the people who've heard this conversation would take away a lot of learnings from this.
I hope so, Ankit. I just want to leave you with this idea that um, we are at an interesting phase, and we would um, like to share the interesting life we have with a lot of other people. So our purpose drives us, our people power us, and our potential defines us. And I would thank LinkedIn for being one of our valued partners in helping bring the right people on board. So thank you, Ankit, for that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ankit and Santosh. What an insightful discussion that was. I totally agree with Ankit on that. You touched upon many points, such as how important it is to have a global mindset that goes hand in hand with local execution, how one can hire for unique competencies like curiosity and resilience, and how if you deliver today while building for tomorrow, you can enable a sustainable organizational model, and how integration is as important, if not more, than balance in an organization, and so much more. So, thank you so much to both of you for sharing your perspectives. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. This was hashtag LinkedIn Talent and Talks, the Talent Mindset Dialogue series, an initiative by the Economic Times and LinkedIn. Stay with us for more conversations where we continue to explore how talent is redefining the future of work. Thank you so much for joining us.